Here at the repair shop, we're not only reviving treasured items,
Oh my goodness.
we're preserving specialist skills passed down the generations.
Spot on. Absolutely perfect. Yeah.
Our talented experts have been mentored by master craftspeople through apprenticeships and hands-on experience.
I think it's so important now to get kids today interested in these old crafts.
Staying in blacksmithing, I've absolutely found my calling.
There's a real need for more apprenticeships to sort of encourage younger people to get into these careers. Otherwise, a lot of these skills will end up dying out.
It's a passion we all share and is at the heart of a very special mission to keep heritage crafts alive.
Look at that.
Up in Scotland, a residential training programme
This is true craftsmanship.
aims to preserve these unique skills and provide a career path for young people.
You're building stuff to last.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm impressed.
I went to meet the man behind this project in autumn 2021 when he was still His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales.
How are you?
Really good. Apprenticeships are vital. I've seen the difference we can make to people who have technical skills, which we need all the time. It gives people intense reward and satisfaction.
Let's do it.
We might come from very different backgrounds,
I've got a barn, you've got a barn.
but we teamed up to save some unique national treasures
All these old pieces have a history, and it's for us to sort of give them a future.
and shine a light on the exciting possibilities training and apprenticeships offer.
Learning on the job and making the mistakes myself. That has taught me way more than I could have ever done out, but
Oh, this is gorgeous.
What'd you think of that?
Wow.
Me, Steve, Will and Kirsten have ventured from the barn to visit Dumfries House, 40 miles south of Glasgow.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And full of furniture, I'm sure.
Yes, yeah.
And ceramics, I'm
And
hoping.
ceramics.
Yeah.
And there must be a clock in there.
Oh,
Steve,
I hope
somewhere.
Well, if you lot go in the house, I'm going this way. Got someone to meet. Is that all right?
Definitely.
Oh, right.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Steve.
Right, let's get inside.
Whoa, look at this.
I've dedicated my life to teaching craft skills to disadvantaged young people, and I've seen the difference it makes to their lives. So I'm on my way to meet His Royal Highness to discuss this shared vision.
Now this is true craftsmanship. I think this is all handmade, as you can tell by the pegs. And this here, I wouldn't be surprised if those are handmade tiles, actually. I could move in here. Oh, he's here. Hello, Your Royal Highness.
A wandering furniture store.
How are you?
Really good.
Hold on a minute. Wait, are you on the tools? What have you got there?
Yeah, because I take my pruning things whenever I go, because I find something to
Something to
stick
do?
or- yes.
Okay.
Because things need, addressing.
Pruning, addressing. But I've just been admiring this shepherd's hut.
I mean, it's just rather fun, but as an excuse to, give a lot of these students a chance to develop their particular talents.
What, this has been made by students?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were making it, doing all the work down in the yard.
The Prince's Foundation Craft Programme attracts students from all walks of life to learn traditional skills such as stonemasonry, thatching, blacksmithing and wood carving.
So they built like this? The
Yes,
brickwork,
it's all
stone?
part of learning how to do the bricklaying and the stonework. And
Yeah.
the whole point being that
Yeah.
they come in and they learn how the whole construction process is integrated.
Wow.
So, if you're a bricklayer, you must understand a bit more about the woodwork and the stonemasonry and the plaster and all that sort of stuff.
Because this is all about taking it to the next level and making it sustainable.
That's right.
Because the heritage crafts or the crafts in general, it's kind of like dying out, and we need to
Absolutely.
keep
Well,
them
that's the
going.
point. That's the
And that's what you're doing here.
Absolutely. And I still think, the great tragedy, I may have said before, is the lack of vocational education in schools.
Yeah.
Actually, not everybody is designed for the academic.
Not me. Yeah.
But I know through the Prince's Trust that I've seen the difference we can make to people who have technical skills which we need all the time. And I
All
have
the
the
time.
greatest admiration
Yeah.
for people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been the problem, I think, is sometimes that's forgotten.
I think it has been forgotten for a long time, especially.
Apprenticeships are vital, but I promise
They
you,
are.
people, they just abandon apprenticeships.
Yeah.
For some reason.
But you're doing it here, and you're building buildings like this. This is similar to the roof we've got at our barn,
Yeah, yeah.
and this was built by the students as well.
Yeah.
So where are the students then? Where are they?
They're lurking over here, I think,
Are they?
in the sheds.
Okay.
For Steve, Kirsten, and Will, this is a chance to check out some extraordinary craftsmanship from the past.
Hello. 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 And a very warm welcome to Dumfries House.
Thank you for having us.
My name is Satinder and I'm the collections manager here. My job is to look after all of the artwork, the clocks, the furniture, all the ceramics.
That sounds like a lot of stuff.
It is. It's around 1,000 or so objects.
Oh, my goodness.
But it's lots of variety, keeps you on your toes. It's really interesting.
By making stuff, you feel so good when you've achieved something.
It gives people intense reward and satisfaction.
It does.
And it's so good for
The mind.
it's the mental
So what are you good at making now? I see that you're good at pruning. Come on, you must be good at something. What are you good at
Yeah,
making?
when I told you I do my hedge laying.
Yeah, but have you ever
Well,
built...
then I used to try and, well, I used to do carpentry
Right.
at one school I was at.
Yeah.
And then, sadly, I didn't go on doing it.
Okay.
I did pottery at another school. which
Pottery?
was quite fun.
I want to learn
You know,
pottery.
on the wheel.
On the wheel, yeah.
With, turning, throwing pots and things.
Yeah.
It was quite exciting because in those days we had
It's multitasking, isn't it?
wobbling away.
That's what I want to learn. I want to learn that.
Oh, already my favourite room.
So do you recognise anything?
I would say Chippendale style furniture, but you're going to tell me this is
Actual Chippendale.
Really?
Yes, actual Chippendale.
Chippendale, huge inspiration for so many craftsmen years gone by and years to come. Is this the only collection of Chippendale furniture here?
No, we have 59 pieces of Chippendale furniture, which is about 10% of the overall known quantity of Chippendale furniture in the world. Wow.
That is mind-blowing.
It is.
Look at the craftsmanship in these legs.
Beautiful, isn't it?
While Will and Kirsten taking the amazing work of the masters of the past, I'm meeting the craftspeople of the future.
Look at this. Wow. How you
How are
doing?
you?
I'm Jay.
Yeah, how you doing, Jay?
I'm very good. What are you making here? This is like, whoa.
We are making an oak frame building,
So this said you got timber. What else have you got?
metalwork,
Got
and
metalwork?
stonework, yeah.
Here.
Yeah, yeah,
Stone-
just
Oh,
round
Can
the
we have a
corner
look?
there.
Oh, let's have a look. Cheers. All right.
No
You
worries.
take care, yeah?
See you later.
Hello.
Hello, you right?
How you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
Very good. You do blacksmith stuff, is that?
Yeah, metalworking and blacksmithing, yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, you've been designing this, haven't you?
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow, so you're allowed to actually put your stamp on it.
yeah, it's kind of nice.
It's kind of nice.
So they can come back years later and show their grandchildren.
And it's still here. Yeah, because you're building stuff to last.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's the point.
All right, I'm impressed. And then there's stonemasonry down the
Yeah,
road.
down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. All right.
Once the students graduate from their courses, they go on to forge careers in the real world.
Quite a lot of the people we've trained on these courses come back as tutors. Good. So you get a wonderful virtuous circle.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I really love. Because
Yeah.
some of them have been coming back, for years. Filling the skills gaps.
Yeah.
To carry out the important task of passing on these crafts, you need skilled and passionate role models.
One of the
There's
tutors.
another marvelsman who comes back every time.
So all the stone that's here and everybody that's getting taught, you're the tutor.
I'm the tutor.
Passing that knowledge down, yeah?
Year by year.
Good on you, man. And you've got a gold tooth like me.
I've got a
Look
gold
at that.
tooth.
He's a stylish kind of guy. Hey? Nice one. You enjoy it, though, yeah?
That's good.
Yeah.
It's important to pass it down from generation to generation.
Yeah.
These things, it's changing days.
Yeah.
So you've got to reinstate things that have been here throughout generations.
Yeah. Sorry for disturbing you.
Take care.
All right, you too. Wow, you got a good team, eh?
It is wonderful.
Yeah.
We're all about giving back at the repair shop, and we've pledged to use our skills to restore 2 unique items: an 18th century bracket clock and a piece of Wymess Wear, legendary British ceramics produced since 1822.
Slightly different setting to the barn.
Yes. That's very true.
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
It's incredible, isn't it? I mean, look at that ceiling.
I'm sure it stands up.
I'm sure it stands up. Look, it's doing it. All right. Let me introduce you to my team.
Hello, Your Royal Highness.
So, can you tell us about it, please?
This one I don't think was ever in a very good state because I remember trying to place it so that at least one side didn't look too bad. Well, it is very special. It was a 19th century earthenware, really. But this was done from my great-great-great-grandmother's diamond jewellery. There we are.
Yeah, there, 1897.
And there's a commemorative one, you see.
Yeah.
And they are the most beautiful objects.
See, you're talking about beautiful objects, but at the moment, this is not looking quite beautiful, is it?
No, I think it fell off, was it? When somebody was opening a window, apparently.
Right.
They didn't own up. Kirsten?
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Well, it certainly is very damaged, isn't it? I was going to ask you if you had any of the pieces, but clearly not.
I don't think so. I don't know what happened.
I love Wymess Wear. I've never worked on a piece, so this would be quite fun to take on.
You mentioned something about a clock.
There is a clock.
Yeah?
Yeah. This needs a little bit of attention, I think.
Can I have a look at it?
Do, yes. Yeah.
This is early 18th century.
But it's made up, I think, of recycled bits, from what I gather, isn't it?
The case doesn't look as if it started life with this. I can see immediately there's new wheelwork in here. It's probably Victorian, and some very strange things have been done.
Exactly.
I really need to get it into the barn to have a look at it, to see if I can do anything.
Well, it'd be wonderful if you could.
Yeah.
If
but
I
you
can
then say whether it's hopeless case. And if it chimes, which I think it should do, shouldn't it?
Yes.
And also the case on there as well. Will, you can look at the case and deal with that for us, can't you?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it seems to be not as stressful as Kirsten's job or anyone else's. But yeah, I can wax a case, definitely. I think once it's on the bench, I think we can definitely have another look once it's on the bench.
So you have a lot of clocks in this house. Why are clocks so important to you?
To me, I mean, I just love the sound of a tick-tock. The distance, but also if they chime, and that's why I love grandfather clocks.
Yeah, yeah.
I know it's rather reassuring in a funny way. Yeah. And they become really special parts of the house. I mean, the sort of, as you were, the beating heart of it.
Yeah.
So that's why they matter to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I'm afraid is something I learned from my grandmother, who she had great fun then putting a few together and trying to get them all to chime at the same time.
Yes.
In the dining room, which made it very enjoyable because everybody had to stop talking. And all the clocks and cuckoos are going off in all directions. And you heard a voice saying, "What time is it?"
So we can take these items back to the barn and then you guys can have a better look at them. And then maybe you might join us at the barn?
I've got a barn, you've got a barn. We can have a barn dance.
Yes, we can have a barn dance. Right. I'll put the kettle on.
Will you?
Yes, please. You take care, sir.
Thanks a million.
No, thank you. All right. Bye-bye. Whew. Sounds like we've got our work cut out.
Exciting.
Back to the barn then.
Yeah. All right.
How exciting.
Isn't it?
It's very pretty. How are you feeling?
Quite nervous.
I bet.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't wait to get inside here and have a look at the mechanism and see what's been going on over the years. The case I need to get over to Will because all the paint is just flaking off of it. This is like opening a door to the past. Oh my goodness. It's absolutely incredible. There is so much that's gone on here. So much. The pendulum suspension is completely the incorrect suspension. It comes off of a long case clock, a grandfather clock, and it's far too stiff, and so we're not getting a proper swing of the pendulum. I certainly need to sort out the striking issue. I feel this is a real honour to be working on this clock because it's quite a responsibility.
The highly skilled work of horology has been ticking over for generations in the Fletcher family.
You all right, Jay?
How you doing, Freddie? All right?
Yeah, all good.
Your dad's got a massive job on his hands. Really glad you're here, mate.
Pleased to be here.
Yeah, in you go.
Steve's 21-year-old son, Fred, has been his dad's apprentice for 3 years.
Oh, hiya.
How are you?
All right, I'm glad to see you.
Yeah?
There's so much work that needs to be done to this clock. If I can give you that tray of bits to start cleaning first.
OK, cool.
All right.
With every clock, you've got to clean all the parts. So it's one of the most important things for me to learn as an apprentice. So the first couple of weeks was lots of cleaning. My great-granddad, Fred, started off clock and watchmaking. My grandfather then continued, and my dad's obviously picked up on it. And now, here I am. That makes me fourth-generation clockmaker, which is quite special to me. The way that I've learned has probably been quite a good way, because it's all been very hands-on. And I don't learn very well just reading out a textbook. It's not really... My brain just doesn't work like that. But learning on the job and making the mistakes myself, that has taught me way more than I could have ever learned out of a book.
While the team get working on His Royal Highness's items, we're doing a bit of a swap with Dumfries House. And we're drawing upon the skills of one of their ex-students to help fix a very special item brought in by Nicola Cameron.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing? I'm
Hi
Jay.
there. Hi, I'm Nicola.
Hi, Nicola.
Nice to meet you, I'm Dom.
Hi, Dom. Hiya.
So what have we got?
So this is our fireside soldier.
Fireside soldier?
Yes.
With no head?
No head.
OK.
And...
No, it's a fire set.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
So the head has fallen off. So it used to sit like that, and then the head, that creates the...
Right.
Oh, like a proper
hat.
soldier.
Yeah,
with the little
yeah,
bristles on
good.
top. OK.
So it did used to have a poker that came out here that looked like the hilt of his sword as well.
OK.
And then it had other bits on the back for a set of tongs.
Love it.
It has been through the wars.
So where did you get it from?
So this belonged to my husband, Ewan.
Yeah.
And before that, it was his grandpa's. When we first moved into the house together, and we had no furniture. We were sitting on a beanbag and the fire was going. And there was nothing but this little guy gleaming, you know, beside us, and it was just lovely. I just always remember him being there. It's just something that he always loved and cherished it.
Right. And is it handmade or was it bought from a shop, do you know?
I have no idea.
OK. Right.
It's just appeared. My husband built our house, or renovated our house, which is an old cottage. And when I moved in with him, I just remember it always being by the fire, and he just loved it. So
you say your husband renovated the house?
Yes.
So what, he's a bit of a builder, is he?
Yeah, so it's in Edinburgh, and it was on the Buildings at Risk register. And you had to submit applications as to how you would renovate this ruin.
Yeah.
And he was 19 at the time, and he was up against architects, and he won the process, if you like. So
He won the chance to do it.
Incredible.
Yeah.
At 19, going
Yeah.
up against actual architectural firms
Yeah.
and big companies.
Yeah, so he was a very creative man. He would make something out of nothing. He never threw anything away. So he always recycled things. So the beams are from an old brewery, and he found the sink in a field.
Brilliant.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
so he was
Absolutely
just
brilliant.
really, really an amazing man.
Are you still in the house now?
I'm still in the house now, but my husband died in May from cancer.
Oh, my God.
And it was really, really hard to watch and to go through. And we just kept trying to make each day the best day and to fulfil each day, enjoying the time that we did have together. And I think when you realise that somebody does have a terminal illness and realising that you're not going to see your kids grow up, it's almost like all the noise is cut out of your life and you just start to focus on each other. And it's almost like you fall in love all over again. So I had tried to get this repaired before he died for his Christmas. But I didn't know what it was made of or where to take it. It's so unique, you know. I didn't know how to deal with it. And yeah, I thought it would be quite fitting to bring it here to get it fixed.
Yeah,
in memory of him and enjoy it together in front of the nice fire with the kids. So.
Yeah.
And for them to keep it and pass it down and for them to cherish it as much as their dad cherished it, I think would be just really amazing. Yeah.
Nicola, thank you for bringing it in and telling us about Ewan. Sounds like a really special guy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I promise we will look after him. He's in safe hands.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
All right.
Thanks.
Take care now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Look at this.
It's an incredible thing, isn't it? I've never seen anything like it.
So, what do you need? I know you've got to get that back on.
Yeah, and this looks... I need to have a proper look, but that looks like it's cast iron.
Right.
Which makes sense for how it's broken. But I'll do my best. It should be OK.
OK, and then tongs. We need some tongs on the back.
You know what? Tongs and a poker, I'll hold my hands up. That is beyond me. We need a blacksmith.
Well, Dumfries House, His Royal Highness introduced me to a brilliant team he's got up there. Stonemasons, blacksmiths, the whole shebang.
Amazing. Leave this with me, then.
No problem.
Thank you. Me and this little soldier, we need to become friends. Before I start working on this, I need to clean the surface. It's got years of soot and dirt and rust and everything else. Rust is the first thing I'm going to tackle. The base can go in there, his head can go in. Why not get the hooks in there as well? I've got a solution that I can literally just soak this in. It won't cause any damage at all to the metal. All it will do is remove the rust. It does feel a little bit cruel. I feel like I'm drowning the poor guy, but honestly, you'll be OK. A few hours in there, you'll be better off for it.
With a wealth of experience working with ceramics in places like the British Museum, Kirsten has a deep appreciation for historic pieces like this.
This Wymess Wear piece is a commemorative goblet for Queen Victoria's Diamond Jubilee in 1897. When I first saw this, I have to say my heart sank. I could see immediately that it was really unstable and badly damaged. But now I've got it here on my workbench, I feel quite excited at the challenge of being able to save this piece. The glaze is coming off all over this vase. I'm going to have to treat it really carefully. There is a huge amount of work to be done here. I'm going to make a start on cleaning. It's an opportunity to really get a feel for the object. And so much of when I was learning was actually just looking at my tutor and watching how he worked and being given something and saying, here, feel how this is. I can still see that to this day. And I think we all learn in different ways, and I must be quite a visual learner.
Dom, meet Jeremy.
Pleasure to meet you.
Really nice to meet you, Jeremy. Yeah.
So, Jeremy's a blacksmith, graduated from Dumfries House, so he's got some skills that I think you need.
Basically got a fire set, missing the poker and the tongs. I've been doing my research and done some sketches of just to show proportions and what they really should look like.
Yeah,
it
all
has
made
to
to measure.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to make this a reality. Please.
That's all right. You've done the difficult bit already.
I'm very glad.
Yeah, he's done it, yeah. All right, well, look, I'm going to leave you two to it.
Yeah.
Get in there, get making.
Cool.
Yeah?
I'll go and show you the forge.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Oh, wow. It's an amazing old forge.
Isn't it incredible?
Yeah, got the old chain.
This is all quite familiar to you then?
Yeah. So I've been doing this for about 6 years now, 6 or 7 years. I went on to the Apprentices Foundation, where you get to build some amazing structures up at Dumfries House. Just having other people around with other areas of expertise to learn new things.
I can completely relate to that. As we are here in the barn, we've become a family almost. We find ourselves alongside other craftspeople doing completely different things that I would never usually get involved in. And it's just a brilliant environment to be part of, so. Tell you what, I'll leave you with the drawings. Let me know if you need anything.
Thank you very much. There's 2 key things to blacksmithing. First one, get it hot. Second one, hit it. That's looking good. So that is the beginning of the top of a handguard, but there's a lot to do. My first introduction to blacksmithing was a single-day course that was bought for me as a gift. I went on that one day and just thought, I don't want to do this for a hobby. I want to do this for a living. I'd say in blacksmithing, I've absolutely found my calling.
It's really important to move on to stabilising this glaze now. It's in such a fragile condition, so it's vital to get a consolidant into these areas to prevent further damage from happening. The beauty of this is that it can also be drawn underneath the glaze and should prevent the flaking areas from crumbling away. Once I've consolidated all of these vulnerable areas, I'm going to make a start on colour filling.
With the overhaul of the clock mechanism well underway, the case can now get some well-deserved attention.
Right, Will, I've got a bit of a job for you to do. The base where the mechanism sits is sagging badly, it's not strong enough, it's brittle.
It is sagging in the corner there, isn't it?
Yeah. I think probably make a new base.
Yeah?
It'll make a really good job for it.
OK, and then that keeps everything on the inside stable?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, there are some chips on the outside here.
Yeah. I'll leave that to you.
OK, thanks, Steve.
All right.
Is that necessary, Will?
Hey?
Ain't there another way you can do it?
What?
Look at that. Every time I use this stuff, I just get amazed. What a transformation that is. Now all the rust and the surface dirt has gone. I'm actually seeing little hints of a previous coating. I'll find out a way to reinstate that nice gold shine.
That's the last cut. And here we come. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. There's lots of woodworm. There are loads of holes going around the outside there. I can't really make a template by using this damaged panel. So I'm going to use a nice, crisp piece of card, and I get the template from the inside of the case. Now I've got my template, I'm just going to trace it onto this lovely new piece of beech here. Beech is incredibly strong, so it's the perfect wood for the new base. Now that's all drawn out, off to the bandsaw.
I'm now starting colour filling. It's an absolutely mammoth job. There is so much to do here. I'm going to try and fill all of the background colour using a 2-part epoxy resin. I can't just make up one colour. I'm going to have to tailor every single area of loss and try and match the colour to that particular area. I'm adding fine ground pigments and they're incredibly intense, so I just add a few granules at a time. You learn over the years the amount of pressure that you can apply to really sensitive materials, and that's something that just comes with practice. Learning conservation. I've worked with loads of incredibly generous people over the years who have continued to share their knowledge with me. I'm in a fortunate position now where some people are coming to me, and I hope that I can pass some of that knowledge on to them. So I'm now just going to work my way around filling all the areas of loss. I've got a lot to do.
So the next thing to work on is the tongs. We got the eye of the handle that needs to be punched through and sort of made into this nice circle shape. I'm just making the first marks here. The reason why we punch rather than drill is because it makes the metal much stronger. When you drill out a hole, you end up sort of just cutting straight through the grain of the metal, whereas when you punch a hole, the grain sort of flows round the hole that you've just punched to form like a continuous path of strength. I've been so lucky as an apprentice to sort of meet some of my blacksmithing heroes, and every day you learn something new. It's 4,000 years of knowledge sort of being funneled through these masters into you, and I love it. I was never really the best in school. I didn't get the best grades, but when I found blacksmithing, that's where I really come into my own. Working by a fire, it's, yeah, no place I'd rather be in the world. Just keep bashing away at it to bring it out, and then I can work on the rest of the tongue.
Finished.
Oh, amazing. I think that's nearly everything, just a few more bits. Yeah. Could you make a new suspension for the pendulum?
Yeah.
That's the pendulum, suspension, and some brass.
All right, I'll get to it. I've got to replace the whole suspension. I'm going to do that by folding a piece of brass over the suspension spring and riveting it in place.
This is actually a very important part of this whole job, because if this isn't right, the clock's just not going to keep any sort of time at all. So I'm relying upon him to get this right. And if it's not, I will make him do it again.
If you don't heat brass up before you try and bend it, it's just going to snap.
That's good.
So far, so good. So I'm now going to hammer it flat. So that's flat enough now. Or is it? Flat enough?
Yeah, that's good.
OK. All right, Dad's approval. Happy days. I've got to make this nice and square. because otherwise the suspension will wobble as the pendulum swings. I need to use the square to make sure it's all square, but I'm sure when I get as old as Dad, I'll be able to do it by eye. Oh, spot on.
Follow it. That's nice. Well done.
So what do I do now it's open up?
I'll push it
I've got it
right
in.
in.
Yeah.
If you take the engineer's clamp, keep it nice and square, and then tighten that up. That'll then hold it in there.
Okay.
Okay,
And then drill it.
Then you can drill that, rivet it, and then it'll be firm in there, and then you can put the other pin in.
Okay, cool. Right, all finished.
That's perfect, actually. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah. So what else you got to do?
I've just got to get everything together now and get it ticking and chiming and striking. Fingers crossed, it will keep time.
Ah, it will. It will.
Before I can steam in and start welding his head back on, I need to get this whole thing up to a good hot temperature. I've brought in my old paraffin lamp. This thing is, to be fair, probably the similar sort of age as the soldier, 1940s maybe. I've restored this and rebuilt it recently. There we go. Oh. It's so important that I get this soldier up to 200, 300 degrees. If I don't do that, it will just crack and I'll end up causing more damage to the soldier. I tell you what, it's a good job Nicola's not here to see this. Her poor soldier. He'll be okay. Once I've finished the welding, I'll need to quickly take him off, undo the clamps, and get him buried in this pile of sand that I've got. And so he'll be able to cool down nice and slowly. If I just left him on the bench on this cold day, the metal will cool down way too quickly, and that's when you get stress cracks and fractures. We don't want any of that. Right, we're up to temperature. Let's do it. Right, okay, that went very, very well. So hopefully, blowtorch off, get him unclamped and getting in his sand as quick as I can before he cools down. It's going to be hot now. I've already drowned him, and now I'm burying him alive. Poor guy.
Kirsten is drawing on years of training and experience to reunite the two halves of the Victorian Wymess Wear vase.
It's now stable enough to reintroduce the base back onto the goblet. I've got a two-part epoxy here. I'm now going to unite the two pieces. That feels like it's gone together really nicely. I'm going to leave that to cure.
Well, there we are. All of the woodwork has now been finished and the doors are back on the case. Now it's time to get on to the aesthetics. There's lots of chipped polish around the outside of the casework. I'm using some shellac polish here, and this is the same stuff that's used in French polishing. I'm adding a bit of spirit dye, which is quite a dark colour. This is blending in an absolute treat. You get so much satisfaction when things are going right. It actually takes me back to when I started my career in antique furniture restoration. But I think definitely in school, there's more of a push down the sort of academic route of sort of English, maths and the sciences, and not so much on the sort of creative side of life. And I definitely think that there's a real need for more apprenticeships to sort of encourage younger people to get into these careers. Otherwise, a lot of these skills will end up dying out.
Now, Nicola remembers this soldier being bright and shiny, so it's time to recreate that. I'm going to use a technique that I've only used once or twice before, but it's worked with brilliant success. I'm going to heat him up, which will sort of almost open up the pores in the metal. Once I've got the steel up to temperature, I brush over it with this wire brush, and the brass from these bristles will almost kind of embed itself in the metal. It's working, it's just like a magic brush. Look at that, brilliant. Oh, that's so good. That is literally the perfect, just how I imagined him at the start. It's lovely. One of the best things about my job is I'm constantly enjoying learning new techniques, new processes, and speaking to people and sharing experiences and going on courses and learning things. I think it's so important now to promote these things and to get kids today interested in all these practical skills and learning these old crafts.
I've blocked in the design and I'm now going to make a start with putting on the lettering that's been lost with the flaking glaze. I'm going to do my best to capture the character of the original artist. I'm using a very fine 00 brush and I'm hoping that that will be fine enough to recreate this lettering. I'm going to try and put this eye in now. That's a couple of letters done now. I'm feeling a little bit more confident, so I'm just going to move round and try and get these done as well.
How's it going?
Yeah, we're getting there.
What's the list for? It's not shopping, is it?
No. It's just a list of all the things I've done and all the things I've got to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
But there's a bit down there. Got ya, every time.
With Nicola due back to collect the fireside soldier, it's time for Dom and Jeremy to unite their efforts.
Oh, Jeremy.
Oh, hello there.
Here is the soldier.
Oh, wow, look at that. That is...
welded back together.
Really nice on the finish there.
How have you got on with the tongs? They're looking good.
Yeah, they have that nice little scissor action there. Will be perfect for moving the coals around.
How you do that, I honestly don't know. Amazing. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's come on really nicely. I'm proud of that.
This is the sword poker.
Yeah. You can imagine someone going across a battlefield with that, can't you?
Look at that. Oh, that's the finishing touch. That is just what the soldier needed. Really, really good. I cannot wait to see Nicola's face.
Yeah, I'm sure she will be absolutely delighted.
Fingers crossed.
Back to collect the soldier that guarded the fireside of the home she shared with her late husband Ewan, Nicola.
There she is. Hello.
Hi there.
How you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you.
All right.
Good to see you again.
You too?
How have you been?
Yeah.
I've been good. I've been thinking about this soldier quite a bit, to be honest with you. It's just been on my mind and thinking about what it is that you could do. It seems quite unimaginable, the state that I left it in, that it could be repaired. So.
Yeah, he was in a bit of a sorry state, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Have you missed it, being in the fireplace?
I have, yeah. Since it left, it's just always a constant in the house. It's sitting there, so I'm really excited about it.
Okay. God, shall we? Go on.
Shall I? Yeah.
Go on, you do it.
Oh, wow. Oh, so shiny. Oh, it's indescribable. It's amazing how you've managed that. It's taken my breath away, to be honest with you. I really can't. Amazing. Oh, excuse me. I feel a lot of love in this wee soldier. It meant so much to Ewan and his grandpa, and I know that they would be delighted to see it fixed and they would be in awe at what you've done. But I think for me, it's almost like it's a tribute to Ewan and my love for him, and something that the kids can take forward and remember their dad as well.
Yeah.
So thanks.
You're welcome.
You're more than welcome.
Ewan did so many amazing things. I think it's a lovely tribute for him.
Yeah.
So.
That's it.
Thank you so much.
No, take it in. Yeah.
It's just amazing.
It's a special thing.
Yeah. How have you managed that? It's just...
I can't take all the credit, though. I've got to say a big thank you to Jeremy, who made the tongs and the sword. So
you made these?
Yeah. I know. He's good, isn't he?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, from scratch.
And the sword.
Yeah, well done.
Wow. That's amazing. It's so perfect. It's so fitting.
That's it.
Oh, I can't wait to put a fire on.
It's been a labour of love. I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough.
No, you're welcome.
It's all yours.
Thank you very
You can
much.
take it home now.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you for
much.
bringing it in.
Oh, I'm going to miss him.
I feel like it's now my turn to be the custodian and look after the soldier and make sure that he stays in good condition and that the children can enjoy it in their homes in the future as well. And it'll just continue that family history that Ewan was so proud of. I really wish that he was here to see it. I know that he'll be delighted that it's fixed. I just wish that he could see it.
As Nicola and the soldier marched their way back home to Scotland, work on the 18th century timepiece by Fred, Will and Steve can now be united.
I'm getting to the final stages now, which is quite exciting. And Will has done an incredible job of the case. Just going to pop the suspension on that Fred made. That sits in there beautifully, actually. Just give it a quick swing. Oh, that's really good. That really is. That's a lovely sound. Absolutely lovely sound. Every time I do a clock and get to this stage, when I hear that tick, it just fills me with joy. It's fantastic.
This piece came to me really just in time. It was in such a dreadful condition. It's been a massive undertaking, and to be able to use my skills that I've honed over many, many years to save something like this that's clearly of huge importance, it feels like a real privilege.
Steve, you ready?
Yeah, it's looking really good.
Lovely job.
It's been a real honour to restore these items for a man who loves traditional heritage crafts as much as we do.
Job done.
Lovely.
Hello, Your Royal Highness. How you doing?
I finally made it.
I know you have. I've got you a cup
Oh,
of tea.
look, I don't believe it.
Oh, great.
Just what I needed.
Pleasure.
How did you guess?
How you doing?
I'm all right.
You good?
Are you? I hope.
I'm very good, very good. You showed me around your manor, and now I'm going to have a
well
chance to
done.
show you around my manor. And we've got over, I think, about 600 years of experience.
It's fantastic.
Do you imagine that?
Yes.
Eh? So there's nothing we can't fix
No,
here.
there's nothing.
And the person I'm going to introduce you to is Dom.
Jay.
How we doing, Dom?
You okay?
Sir?
Your Royal
Dom,
Highness.
how are you? Very
Lovely
nice
to meet
see
you.
you.
My pleasure. Welcome to the barn.
Marvellous.
How's it going then, Dom?
This is good. It's got a classic example of what we're working on here, this beautiful old thing.
And have you done this have you tried one of these before? You have to start from scratch.
It's the best thing to do is just to take it completely
Take
apart.
pieces and then
Start from the ground up and start just rebuild the whole thing.
It takes me back to my childhood, this sort of thing. Yeah. I don't know what date that is, actually.
Sort of 50s, 60s-ish,
Exactly
around that. Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
that, I would thought.
But this is what you need for those nice arrow straight lines. You've got a beautiful garden. I'm sure you can
Yeah,
appreciate.
but getting the straight lines is a very difficult one to say at least. So, anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Not at all. Lovely to meet you.
Genius that goes on.
Thank you.
And this is Jeremy. You must recognise him.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Nicking your people from Dumfries House. It's all right with you, right? Hey?
I'm thrilled because the great thing is keep it all going, you see.
Yeah.
And the wonderful thing is people like Jeremy said very often come back again and help run another course.
Yeah.
There's so much work around to be done. There's more blacksmithing than blacksmiths. So
Oh, fantastic. Have you got to try and sort this out? Have you?
yes, so we've got quite a few dents and dips in this which need beating out.
Fantastic. Are these the ones that had a wonderful yellow line down?
They had the gold, yeah, the pinstripes. You know,
You're going to put that back on there, Dom?
I did something really special about it.
Yeah.
All right.
The real.
Jeremy, it's all right to leave these there?
Are we safe, yeah?
Didn't take long to go cold this time.
that doesn't, does it? I'm sure you want to see your items, sir.
Yeah, I'd love to. Well done, Jeremy. I'm so glad.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you very much.
Look at that. What do you think of that?
It's fantastic, isn't it?
It's a bit bigger than your one, though, isn't it? Hey?
Oh, yes.
It's just a wee bit bigger. Let's go and have a look.
Yeah.
There we are, sir. There we are, sir.
Marvellous. Oh, there he is. Oh, marvellous.
Hello, Your Royal Highness.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Your Royal Highness.
I know who everybody is.
Good to see you.
Have you sorted this?
Straight in
Amongst
there.
your
He says,
other-
have you sorted this? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Go on, Steve.
It's been a real challenge, so I've done a lot to it.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yes.
But was it more difficult than you thought? Because
It was more difficult.
have you got the bells working again?
Oh. Is that what you wanted? You wanted the bells working?
Well, didn't they? Wasn't it an example, I think, wasn't it, of actually how they recycled things in those days?
It was, absolutely.
In the early
And the clock is an amalgamation of several clocks, and the case as well, wasn't it? So.
Yes, definitely. I'm sure you recognise the Rothsea tartan.
Yes, very tactful.
There you go.
We tried.
Bigger.
I'm sure you want to see it, though, don't you?
Please.
Yeah?
Yes.
Steve, dust it on us.
The suspense is killing me.
I know it is. It's killing me.
Oh, my God, look at that, you see? Fantastic. It just shows, doesn't it, what a love and care and attention does.
Yeah.
Marvellous. Because wasn't your father and your grandfather?
Yes, so
also...
I'm third generation, and
See, that's the marvellous.
You'll be pleased to know that my son Fred, who's an apprentice of mine, worked on this clock as well.
Did he?
Yeah. I just swing the pendulum so you can hear the tick. He made the suspension for the pendulum, so it's now keeping time.
You're checking it.
Sorry, just checking.
I just move the...
Does it?
So it'll strike first.
You see.
And then...
It's such a good sound.
Just about 5 minutes after.
That's it. There you go. It's trying to work out what the tune is, isn't it?
Do you recognise it?
It's a Scottish tune, is it? What is
It sounds like a Scottish jig.
It does, doesn't it?
Yes.
Took me a long time to realise there's one at Clown's house which plays the national anthem, but it took me a long time to realise it was.
What?
It's definitely been a labour of love, and it's nice because we worked on it together, Fred worked on it, and all these old pieces have a history, and it's for us to sort of give them a future.
Yeah. Well, having seen what it was like, I can't thank you enough. It really is
You're more than welcome, sir.
Wonderful. Well, it'll look really special now back at Dumfries House.
Yeah. Please.
They look lovely.
Guys, should pack this up?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep, we'll
Thank
get
you.
it packed.
Sure.
Sir? There's Kirsten. Sir?
Oh, how are you? Very good to see you.
Lovely to see you in the barn.
Marvellous. Oh, another excitement.
Yes.
I fear it was a terrible challenge, wasn't it?
It certainly was. Yeah,
I told you it would test you. Because it was broke. I don't know how it happened, but...
You sure you don't know how... You told me it was a window ledge. You didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
You sure?
Yes.
OK.
Okay. I don't know. It happened to find it out like that.
OK.
Would you like to have a look?
Could I? Please.
Absolutely.
Marvellous. Gosh. Hey, you see, now look at that.
Look at that. Eh?
That is fantastic.
Thank you.
It really is. Yeah, because how you do it, I don't know. That is and even round the back.
You're welcome to touch it. It's,
Can I
yeah,
turn
it's
it
stable,
round?
yeah, do.
Yeah, but I would never have believed that.
Wonderful.
I really wouldn't. You know, I was thinking when I was coming, I bet she hasn't managed it. No, because it's my favourite. I mean, I've been collecting this for years. Yeah? Wymess Wear, I think, is utterly wonderful.
It's charming, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's been a real pleasure. I've heard of Wymess Wear. I've never actually worked on a piece, so to have the opportunity, thank you. It's been wonderful.
No, well, I'm thrilled, I promise you.
Oh, thank
Bless
you. Thank you so much.
Well, go this way, sir. Yeah, lovely. Thank you. Yes. And let you all get back to what you're meant to be doing rather than my getting in the way. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that was wonderful.
Was that wonderful?
Yes, fantastic.
You happy with that, then?
Oh, God, yes. No, I'm so grateful to you, even thinking of it.
No, I'm grateful to you as well, sir. Because it looks like heritage crafts. Yeah. All the skills are in the right hands. It's just absolutely perfect. Yeah. Yeah?
We must keep the link going.
No, we will, definitely. So don't be a stranger, is
No,
what I'm saying.
God.
All right? Let me show you out, sir. We're going this
Because we're going to be able to do the same thing in this colour, you see, as well.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I know
on a
this
smaller
was-
scale.
I know this was-
Christmas colour.